Coming up, we say goodbye to college basketball, address the latest J.J. Watt retirement rumors, and when the NBA Hall of Fame comes knocking, kazam, we've got the answer. You like what I did there? Sports Weekly starts now.
You are tuned into Black Hollywood Live, Sports Weekly.
I did have this friend in the
Yeah.
Turn my microphone up a little bit so I can turn up. I'm about to hit a freestyle. I think I'm 4. I'm about to hit a freestyle.
Turn my
Shaq.
man Andre up.
My boy, yeah. Big Shaq. Kazam in the house. No, sir. Absolutely
What's up,
not.
everybody? It is Throwback Thursday, and of course, that means another episode of BHL Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Joshua Johnson. Thank you for joining us tonight. You can find me on social media at JJ the Talented. Of course, to my left, you might not recognize his face because Raina and Erica are off tonight, but we are joined by the lovely and talented Miss McCall Hall. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, McCall Hall. You can check me out on social media at McCall Hall when sports and pop culture collide.
What is up? This is yours truly, Mr. Andre Dean. You know what it is, man. I am Andre on Instagram, on Twitter, and everything else I really don't have. But you can find me on Facebook as well, at Andre Dean.
All right. And be sure to log on to blackhollywoodlive.com. Also follow Black Hollywood Live on Twitter and Instagram at BHL Online. And follow this show, Sports Weekly, on Instagram at The Sports Weekly. That's THE Sports Weekly. Make sure you give us a follow and like every single one of our pictures because we are checking for you. Let's get right into the countdown. By the way, that was Shaq.
That was Shaq
That was
from
Shaq.
Kazam.
I should not fail to mention that was Shaq.
Like,
I mean,
please make sure they understand.
He low-key did his thing, though. He low-key did his thing.
He's Shaq.
Low-key.
Right? He wasn't like too bad.
Right.
He
It
gave you
wasn't too bad.
bars. He gave you bars.
A few bars.
And for that time period, I mean, he fit the bill.
He fit the bill. It sounded like that era.
Yeah.
It sounded like that era back in that day. You know what I mean?
All
So
you
it
needed
wasn't
was
that-
a
Let's keep it
drum.
real.
It wasn't that
It wasn't
great,
that
but
good.
it sounded like the era.
I'm
It
gonna be
sounded
real.
like the
I'm
era.
gonna be real.
Okay, go for it.
He should have gotten a Grammy for Kazam. The
Wait a-
single.
What?
Yeah.
Really? How do you figure?
I mean, just the
Yeah, let me know.
the presence that he had, right? The performance aspect. He's 7 feet tall. And
Yeah.
you rapping like that to a little white kid?
No,
You should have got a Grammy for that
That's why he
performance.
has
A Grammy for that performance?
A Grammy and an Oscar at the same damn time.
If you gonna tell it all, young lady. Tell it all if that's how you feel.
I'm just saying.
I feel like he shouldn't have got shit. I feel like he got what he should have got.
He got what he got.
Back on the basketball court.
Well, he definitely got something. We'll definitely get into that one.
We will. But if you want to talk about awards, let's talk about the awards that were handed out last Monday and what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday when the women played?
The women played on Tuesday, men played on Monday.
Men played on Monday. Of course, we're talking about the NCAA Final Four
Yes.
championship game,
Yes.
where Nova eked it out. No, they didn't eke it out. They did eke it out.
Well, no, they didn't eke it out. They didn't
They-
eke it out because you have to understand they were up by 10 until that last minute and 34 of the game. Villanova was looking like the team that had everything together. And then North Carolina came back into it and made it really interesting. Honestly, I wish that we could have had two champions. Because I feel for North Carolina.
You can't.
But I see what you're saying because it was that good of a game.
It doesn't matter if it's that good of a game. The team who has the most points when it says 0 and the fourth quarter, that's always been the case. That's what wins the game.
Wait, but you got to give first and foremost hats off to Villanova for winning that game.
Hats
that
off
was
to
a great
Villanova.
game. Hats off to UNC for coming back and making it a great game in the last minute and a half.
Absolutely. I mean, look at this. Villanova had not won a championship in over 30 years. So you got to be happy for him. You got to be happy for him.
You have to be.
But Roy Williams and that North Carolina team, Roy Williams came into the Final Four and said, "This is the most confident I've ever been with a team going into the Final Four." And for them to lose, I hurt for him. And Michael Jordan was in the stands, and he rarely comes out.
The crying Jordan.
Man, they did my man dirty. I hate to see all
You
these
made
memes
some of those
and
memes.
stuff like that.
I know you made a meme.
I didn't.
Yes, you
I
did.
thought about it, but I didn't because I'm a true diehard Michael Jordan fan. He is the greatest to ever touch a basketball court, I believe. That's my opinion. And it was sad to see, but I think we saw what we wanted to see. It was a great national championship game with the number 1 and the number 2 seed. I mean, it couldn't have been any better. Maybe a 1-point game, right?
No.
Maybe a 1-point
Yeah.
winning game, but it couldn't have been a better game if you really look at it.
That's what college basketball needed because you got to think about it. The past few years, we've had amazing teams, but they're blowing teams out, and the final game is not that interesting. It's pretty much decided within 5 minutes left in the game. This one was interesting down to the last minute.
Usually, national championship games are within. I mean, they're within 5 point differential.
Right.
Like they're close games.
Right.
So,
but we haven't had a buzzer beater in the national championship.
Since like 2008 with Mario Chalmers or something?
Yeah,
Kansas and Memphis or
when Mario Chalmers hit that one.
But
that's the last time we've had it.
This whole tournament has
That's what I'm
been
gonna say.
buzzer beating.
This whole tournament
I mean, you
has
noticed
turned
that.
the NCAA tournament, it's made it, like for me, it's made it exciting again because I'm not one to typically watch college basketball.
neither.
No.
But with all the upsets in this tournament and with everything just going like Michigan State getting upset, that was a huge one. But there was even some before that. But when it came down to UNC and Nova, and then most people probably expecting UNC to win it.
Yeah.
It just made it that much more fun to see it come down to this.
You need that. But you know what I'm so proud of? It's the fact that Villanova and North Carolina had a lot of seniors. We've been seeing, the Kentuckys of the world come in, get 5 freshmen that are really good, and come in and blow everybody out and get a championship.
Then go to the NBA.
And then go to the NBA. I'm so happy for these guys who come back year after year after year for their institution and get a championship. How can you not be happy for them? This is what college basketball is all about.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Agreed. I just love the diversity that this season showed, because originally you have the UNCs, the Dukes, the Kentuckys who win every single year, who's always in the game. So I think this year was good to see OU get in there, to see Villanova get in there, to see some of these teams that's not typically
somebody
even
new.
Yeah.
To see
known,
Syracuse.
right? Syracuse get in there, to see these teams is not typically known to go that far, and not even known for their basketball program. OU is, I mean, when you say OU, the first thing you think is football. Who would have known? Who would have thought that their basketball team will be so great? And I think it just kind of paves the way for next year. I'm excited. I think I'm gonna watch next year. I'm excited.
I might make you
now to
watch a
see
little bit more, huh?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Would you consider this? I mean, in your Final Four or college basketball watching experience, would you consider this the greatest championship game ever?
Yeah, well, it definitely, that final shot beats out Christian Laettner's shot in 1983 when Christian Laettner.
No, after it was by 94.
Christian Laettner shot?
Not 83.
No, not 83.
That would
I'm
be
sorry.
like MJ.
Yeah. It was like 90, early 90s.
93, 94, I think.
But that was a game-winning shot to go to the Final Four. This was to win the whole thing. I think it definitely ranks up there with one of the best.
And you couldn't write it any better because not only was that last shot such a great shot, but the one before that.
Exactly.
With the double clutch.
Do you think that people will forget that shot?
Yeah.
Do you think people will forget it?
No, because you have to have that shot to set up the last shot.
You do.
Yeah, you have to mention it in the same story.
I'm just impressed because had that been me, and I'm a basketball player, but I will confess, if somebody had hit a double clutch like that, and we only have 4 seconds left, I would be a little anxious. But you could tell the young man from Villanova, he felt confident as hell.
That's when the heart starts beating, though. You get a little.
But it was so funny because they were I think they called him big sexy or big something.
Who Chris Jenkins, the guy who hit the shot.
Right, who hit the shot. They called him some nickname and they were kind of mocking him a little bit during the game, saying oh yeah, we hope he makes a big sexy play, and he ended up making that big sexy play. I mean, that's a big sexy play. He probably got some girls after that.
Oh, he did.
And then he chubby brother too. He looked chubby something, ain't he?
Yeah.
No, he got
that didn't matter none when he hit that shot.
No, it didn't even matter.
I checked his Instagram. It went up by 200%.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
He got all the followers now.
Man, I wonder what he was at before and what he's at now.
Oh yeah,
or what he was
going
at
up
after
for
that
sure.
shot. Yeah, you already know.
Them DMs are really going off right now for sure.
And they Snapchatting him. They Snapchat them too.
I don't know nothing about sending them snaps.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go on. Snap on.
Go ahead.
So I just wanted to bring something up. You brought up, there are teams that got into the NCAA tournament that we're not familiar with for their basketball, pedigree. But there were some mid-major teams as well that I was really impressed by. Middle Tennessee State. I mean, they put up some great performances, some great upsets. You look at University of Arkansas Little Rock with a first-round upset. There were some mid-majors that came in there and really shocked everybody.
And that's what I was impressed with.
Syracuse, I mean, granted they were a 10 seed, but Syracuse has a pedigree. Jim Boeheim is a legendary coach. So even for them to make it to the Final Four as a 10 seed, I'm still not shocked because it's in their blood.
Well, I mean, I think some people said they shouldn't have made it even the tournament. I think, right?
Because they had a suspension situation earlier in the season,
But I mean, I see what you're saying. They are a pedigree, but They haven't been there since what 2003.
But you still think of Syracuse as a basketball school. I mean, and
You
all
certainly
these
don't
all
think of
these
them as a
all these
football
different
school.
schools,
That's
you know,
for sure.
you respect their athletic program. But Middle Tennessee State, University of Little Rock, Arkansas, I mean, like, yeah, you don't think of them for anything at all. Just a place on the map.
Yeah. So Dre, last week we did our predictions with other girls here. I don't remember. What did you remember what you said?
Yeah, I remember what I said. I was completely wrong. I said OU and who did I pick?
OU and you must have picked who was the fourth team?
Syracuse.
Did you pick
right?
Syracuse?
Yeah, OU and Syracuse.
And so who'd you have winning? Oh, because we both had Syracuse winning.
Yeah, we both had Syracuse winning because we were. I mean, we both said that it would be an upset. We both were saying like this was kind of the season of the upset, so we thought that they would do it and come out as underdogs, and we were wrong. But I mean, it is what it is. The bottom line is, it was a great Final Four. It was a great championship, and I don't like to be wrong, but I was wrong on both.
I mean, we were both
I think
wrong.
most of the
How did you
nation,
do, McCall?
most of the nation was wrong. I mean, you got to understand when Michigan State went down, 57% of the brackets were officially busted out.
Oh, yeah,
Michigan
brackets
State.
were out the window.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
you know, you're not alone. I'm not alone.
Well,
Nobody's
thank you.
alone. I had Oregon versus Michigan State in the championship. I went to the
you were
University of
way
Oregon
off.
briefly. So, you know, I'm from the Pacific Northwest. Anything
Right,
Pac-12,
right.
I'm all about.
Yeah.
The Pac-12 let me down. We had 7 teams in the NCAA tournament, and not one made
not
it
a
to the
one
Final
made it.
Four.
Yeah,
You know
not
how
a one.
mad I
Not
am
a
right
one.
now?
Not a one.
I'm pissed.
that's-
But I had
that's
Oregon
not-
losing to Michigan State.
Yeah. Oh, that didn't happen at all.
Yeah.
And I think, and Dre, you posted on our Instagram at the Sports Weekly. You
Check
posted
that one out.
a little something about the prediction. And I think Raina responded saying that she got it all.
She got it all right.
We gotta
She got it all
verify
right.
that when we go back and look at the tape
We
from,
do,
from
but
last week.
I think she
But
did.
might've-
Yeah, I think she got it all right, man. I think she got it all
might have
right.
predicted it.
Typically, this is how it goes with the Final Four and with the NCAA tournament. And this is no knock or no shade, but typically the person who knows least about basketball and sports is the one that always wins the bracket.
That happens a lot. I
Very
do.
rarely
Raina
you have
knows a little
experts.
bit
Yeah,
about basketball.
Raina
so-
played some college
she
basketball
played
and
college
stuff.
basketball.
So
She played
yeah, she played.
D1. So,
So
but
she
yeah,
know.
so yeah, she knows.
I'm just
and
saying.
she got it. But no, I see what you're saying.
But I agree with that too, because most of the time people who are not familiar with the game or not familiar with the if you haven't followed it, they just pick the top seeds. I mean,
Yeah.
and typically the tops 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Those guys are the ones that's in the championship. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. People that don't know, they'll say,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, we'll
Dick
pick the best
Vitale's
teams."
bracket was busted from day 3.
Yeah.
And he's the expert. So typically it's the experts that always have egg on their face by the championship.
right.
Like I said, it's no knock, no shade. I'm just making a general comment about that.
I mean, but by the nature of college basketball, it's almost like football where they say any given Sunday. Any given game, any team can win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like that. And when you have a single elimination tournament, man, that just...
But, you know, and that's the thing about those kind of games. You know that you don't have another day, so you're going to be borderline crazy with your approach defensively, offensively. You're going to do things that you would have never thought about before because there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you're going to play really, really, really hard. That's what makes the NCAA so special.
Yeah, definitely special. Let's go over to the women's side. And Syracuse women were also in the Final Four and in this championship game versus UConn, who was just unbelievably dominant.
So let me just
when
say
it comes to women's college basketball. Unbelievably dominant.
Let me just say this as an alum of the University of Washington.
Also the Huskies.
Also the Huskies, also a proud member of their women's basketball team. When I was playing there, we were not very good. And to see the University of Washington women's basketball program make it to the Final Four, like I had a tear in my eye. Okay, because I remember back in the day we were getting smacked by 70 by Stanford, and here we are playing the Final Four. But I knew no matter what, we were not going to win the whole thing because UConn is just that good.
UConn is
It's UConn.
scary good.
They are amazing.
So Gino Ariama has 11
11 national championships.
And now, but here's the thing. So what the special thing about this championship was, you can call it special, 38-0 this season. Another
they've-
undefeated
and
season.
they've
And
done that
had
before.
that's
Yeah,
like
it
their
is.
6th time I
Yeah.
think doing that. They've
Doing
had that before. But the one thing that comes like that is the crown of the story is the fact that Breonna Stewart has won 4 national championships ever since she came in there as a freshman. She's won 4 national championships. Has only lost 5 games. She's won 4 Final Four Player of the Year.
Yep.
What is it?
Most outstanding player.
Most outstanding player. And there was one other stat, I think. Am I missing one?
No, those were the two big ones.
She's won 3 Naismith Player of the Year awards for the entire college basketball season.
She's badass.
She's
badass. And you know,
amazing.
people have this debate going on. Like, is Brianna Stewart the greatest UConn women's basketball player of all time? Statistically, yes.
Diana Taurasi, you got Maya Moore,
Yes.
who are up there.
Right.
They're
Yeah,
up there, but
two
they
both
have
really great
not
players.
dominated the way she's dominated. Stewie,
Certainly
that's
not
her
have-
nickname.
Yeah.
Stewie has dominated, right? But the knock against her is the personality piece. She's not like a Diana Taurasi. She's not like a Maya Moore. She's not personable. She's not charismatic. But she goes out there and does her job.
But she doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Like I always say, let your playing do the talking.
Absolutely.
She's one of those girls that she goes out and she performs every single time she touches that court. So you don't need to say anything. Now, from another standpoint, from endorsements
There
and
you
stuff
go. There you
like
go.
that,
'Cause that's where
you
I was
know,
gonna take
it may not be great because she's somebody that you best believe they're going to be knocking at her door now that
Yeah.
she's done. You know, she's going to obviously get a chance to play in the WNBA, but
Yeah.
that's where the majority of their money comes from is endorsements. They don't get paid a lot of money to
That's
play
what
for
I
the
was gonna
WNBA.
say.
So her rookie
Yeah.
contract, so she's going to go number 1. And UConn has a beautiful situation right now because their top 3 players and their seniors will probably go 1, 2, and 3. All right. Their rookie contracts will not be worth more than $80,000 per year.
Well, wait a minute though. But they can't negotiate? At least the top players in the draft, like in the NBA. You're not
you
gonna,
have to accept your rookie contract. After that 3-year period, you can obviously get a max contract, but your max contract is still only going to be, now the WNBA max salary is up to $122. So you can make $122,000, but you have to wait 3 years to get that. So these guys are going to walk into a situation making what everyday Joes are making.
every day. Yeah, and that was what my statement was going to be, was the fact that after all she's accomplished in her storied collegiate career, now she has to face the fact that she's not going to be paid as much as the guys.
Well,
that's a whole other story.
She'll make up for it. She'll go
But-
overseas in the off season and get 6 figures easy.
But like Andre was saying, she has to. I think it would behoove her to develop that personality, or kind of become have a good PR person to kind of get her out there and kind of develop her personality to make her more personable for those endorsements, because that's where the bulk of her dollars are going to come from.
Yeah, I mean, they'll dip her in some makeup. They'll do her hair. They'll get her right. The WNBA does an excellent job of trying to work with players, and they bring in the best to try to polish their look and work with their individual representation teams. But she's going to have to decide on her own that that's what she wants.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very true.
You
'cause it
can,
doesn't
you can.
matter.
I can put makeup on you all day.
No,
If you
can't.
don't want,
No, you can't.
You put a little foundation on you?
No, ma'am.
When you go on set, you put on makeup.
Yeah, no, you do. You absolutely do. You absolutely do. But I understand what you're saying, though. It's got to be in her.
It's got to be in her.
Yeah.
And honestly, from what I know about her and the program, and I have a lot of close colleagues and contemporaries that still work in college basketball. That's just not her. She's a kid that just loved to play
Love
basketball.
to play basketball.
Yeah. So.
But I will tell you though, in general, I think that program that's kind of how they're taught. Like they're taught more so team. Like nobody's really out there as an individual. Maya Moore, she kind of came. She was just attractive, and she came along more so once she did graduate. They were knocking at her door, for endorsements,
Yeah.
etc. But
Signed by
I
Jordan.
think that whole team camaraderie, it's not about me, it's about the team. I think that program has really, really bought into that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that program is so successful. And in return, look what happens. I mean, you said potentially most likely, right, they're going to have the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 picks
Yeah.
in the first 3 picks.
and that's credit to Gino.
Yeah,
That's all credit.
super
Absolutely.
successful team. Credit to Gino Auriemma.
Gino has always been, by the book, no BS. We're never going to take our foot off the gas, even when we know we're the best.
Yeah.
He holds them at a
Exactly.
whole nother level. I'm telling you, I went to Cancun when I was in college. We played in a tournament against UConn, and we were clowning around. And we're the worst team in the tourney, and we're breaking curfew. I mean, his girls are in there in study hall, going and getting their ice and all that. I mean, they're just very disciplined.
We'll see. That's how you win, multiple national championships.
Yeah, that's why we ain't winning.
It'd be like that. It'd be like,
Yeah.
at least you know.
Hey,
At least you know.
I had fun.
Right, you have fun.
I had fun.
That's all that matters.
That's all
Yeah, so it'll be definitely exciting to see where she goes moving forward, because definitely, the argument is there for her to be the best women's college basketball player of all time.
Yeah,
Definitely is there.
she'll have a nice setup. So the Seattle Storm have the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft, and being from Seattle, and
Do they still have Sue Bird?
Yeah, so Sue Bird is still playing, but she'll probably retire soon. Lauren Jackson just retired. But, I used to work for the Seattle Storm. I'm from Seattle, and they have a great ownership group, a great fan base. They're really going to embrace her, and they'll understand the kind of caliber player she is. So she'll have a wonderful professional experience. I'm glad she's not coming to a city like L.A. because this city would eat her up.
Well, how so?
Yeah.
Because we just said, she doesn't like makeup, and she's not into all that Hollywood stuff.
But she can play. And
She can
the
play.
city of LA definitely needs some winning on the basketball end.
Some excitement.
But
Yeah.
we've had.
I think she
we've
could go
had
play for
winners
the
here.
Lakers right now.
Yeah, we'll take her. We'll take her.
They need somebody.
We'll take her.
I'll let you have that point.
They need somebody.
Yeah.
We need somebody.
Shout out to D'Angelo Russell.
Oh my.
Actually, no, don't tell him nothing.
Oh.
No shouts.
Hold on, he just hit me up on the text. What
Nah, what'd he say?
What'd he
tell her?
send you?
He snitching.
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 What? Snitches get stick.
No,
Oh, wait.
he said Colin Kaepernick should take the money. Take the money.
Should take the money.
Take the money. What you think, Dre?
Man, speaking of Colin, good old Kaepernick, a frat brother of mine. Shout
yeah?
out to the Noops. Absolutely.
Ski-yo.
Absolutely. So he's kind of up in the air. He's a free agent right now. He's kind of up in the air. Well, he's not a free agent,
not-
but
yeah, he's
not yet, not yet. But he's close to it. They've already pretty much said that they're going to release him. They're trying to just figure out where he's going to go. But they owe him. He's guaranteed $11.9 million right now. He's guaranteed that from the 49ers. So wherever he goes, they have to pay him that 11.9 that he's guaranteed. So what they're saying is San Francisco is Denver is saying, we'll take him, but you guys got to help us foot that bill.
Yeah.
They're talking about either splitting it or doing something so they won't have to come off the entire 11.9 before they even talk contracts.
But it would be a trade deal, right? It wouldn't be something like it'd
But
have to be a
that's-
trade because he's
it's
still
a
under
trade.
contract
He's-
with the 49ers.
With the 49ers. So I'm not sure. There hasn't been a whole lot of talk about the players, Denver trading anybody to the 49ers for him. What they're saying is if they are to pay that 11.9, they can buy him out of that contract. You see what I mean?
But Denver's not willing to pay the 11.9.
But they're not willing to pay
They
the
either
11.
want to split it with San Francisco,
Or they just may wash their hands from Colin Kaepernick in general. So my question is, wow, I mean, where can you see him playing? Where else can you see Kaepernick playing? Or do you, I know he's going to play somewhere, or do
Yeah.
you think that he may not? What do you think?
Well, let's just be clear. I'm a little confused because the way it goes in the NFL, if they keep you on, they have the option to release him. Okay, typically with an ownership group, they're going to keep you on the team because they don't want you to walk away and they walk away with nothing, right? So they
Right.
made sure that he was on the roster after, I believe it's March something rather is the deadline. So he made the roster for that date. That
He's working out, training with the
that
team
guarantees
right now.
his money.
Right.
If the 49ers didn't want him, why did you guys keep him on the roster? All you had to do was release him. So I'm a little bit confused with that.
But if they release him, he
You
still
have-
owed the
Yeah, you have-
11.9.
you
no,
have-
they wouldn't have owed him the money.
No, that doesn't
No,
make sense. I
that's
don't
the
think
thing.
that's
If it's a roster, his contract is guaranteed as long as he makes the roster. If you do not make the roster, you do not get paid. Look up the structure of his contract. His contract was
I
known
would
as not
argue-
player friendly.
I would argue to say that it's Colin Kaepernick. I mean, you can possibly trade. You can get something.
No, I know
for him.
you could definitely get something
You know what
for
I mean?
him, but
So-
but the contract you guys drew up for him was done at a time when he was a lot better. I'm not going to disrespect the man. He's going through a little something. They structured a contract for him when he was playing at a much higher level. Now you're thinking about it. Who's going to pay that much money for him?
I mean, you never know. I mean, that's the thing because
He's not worth.
when
His market rate is not accurate anymore. He's really at a 3 to 4 million caliber quarterback salary.
He is, and that's what everybody is saying. They're like, look, and
that's hard to trade.
It's very hard to trade, but at the same time, it just depends on what pieces you get in return.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's teams and there's teams that just don't, like, for instance, the Browns had to let go Johnny Manziel. There's
Yeah.
people, there's players that you can use as pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus just letting them go and cutting them and sending them on as a free agent.
I'm a little surprised though because Chip Kelly, who was in Philadelphia and got released from his duties, is now the head coach of
Right.
the San Francisco 49ers. We all know that when Chip Kelly was at the University of Oregon, go Ducks, he excelled in that fast-powered offense, something that would
Right.
be very suited for a Colin Kaepernick. I thought they kept Colin Kaepernick for that reason. But from what I've been hearing, they want to wash their hands of Colin Kaepernick. They just can't figure out how to do it financially. And this is a hole that the 49ers dug. This has nothing to do with Colin Kaepernick. This has nothing to do with his agent. This is all the ownership group of the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, essentially, though, Colin Kaepernick could still be a 49er when the season starts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he could. If they don't trade him, he's going to be a 49er. They can't release him now.
And like you said, he can that Chip Kelly offense is suited for him. However, he has had the surgery on the left arm. He's had injury in his knee, and I think the right throwing thumb. So will he this season is he at the level physically to be able to perform as everyone wanted him or thought he could perform?
Well, here's the question: does he still have his legs? Because that's what we know him for. His arm is hurt, his hands hurt, but he's a running quarterback.
I will tell you though, the last few years he hasn't been as much of a running quarterback as he had been when he first came in.
And that's coaching.
He's just. I think it's in the NFL. It's all about all those players are great. Everybody's great, but if you don't find a system that so fits you, it doesn't matter how great you are. Your talents are never going to be seen.
Do you think he would fit with Chip Kelly's offense? Do you think he would be a good fit?
I absolutely think that he would be a good fit, but I think it's a gamble. I think, and that's one of the things is why do that? And when you can go out and draft a fresh quarterback, whoever you want, they're gonna have a pretty decent amount. They're gonna have a what pick do they have?
I'm not sure what number pick they have, but they have. There's so many quarterbacks
but they got
out
room.
there.
Exactly, they got room to go out and get a fresh quarterback who is not injury prone, who is not known for just running the ball, who can sit back and throw the ball in the pocket. So it's just so many options out there. But honestly, I think that he's going to end up staying there, and I think they're still going to draft another quarterback, and he's going to get a chance to compete. And I think that's all you can ask for as an athlete is a chance and an opportunity to compete.
He should stay where the money is, because look, if he goes to Denver, he's going to make at least $5 million less. I think they wanted to give him $7 million or even less than that.
They're talking 4.5 mil.
Okay, whoa. Where he's at in his career, and as far as his ability to play physically, he needs to take the money the guaranteed $12 mil. Like that's because
I don't disagree
football is a sport where one down, you could be out, your career could be over.
Yeah.
So take the money, and then, because some people are saying go to Denver, they've got the receiving weapons, they've got the great defense.
Yeah.
You'll have an opportunity there to excel and flourish, and work for your next deal, your next contract. But that's a whole season away.
They could restructure his deal, though. The deal is if he decides to say, hey, I'm willing to restructure, he could add in incentives that are all player and performance-based. So let's say he throws for 400 yards in a game. That's worth another $250,000. You know, he can add those incentives.
But I see what you're saying.
Where are those incentives coming from? Because the contract is already set.
No. Every contract has performance-based incentives.
They've got that written into his contract as it is already. The 12 mil is just the base guarantee.
No, but
like
with Denver,
it can be higher. Oh, with Denver?
With Denver, they can restructure it. If he stays in San Francisco, what is set is set.
Right. She's okay.
But if he decides to go to Denver, if they make this trade happen with him in Denver, Denver's going to say we have to restructure your contract. Now here's the deal: we'll offer you 4.5 mil, but we know that you have potential, and we know what you've done before. So give us X, Y, and Z, and we could probably get you another $3 to $4 million this year.
Yeah,
but it's all based on you.
It won't be 11.9.
It won't be 11.9. But it's not that bad of a deal. But it's all about, do you believe in your ability to get back to that level?
So you're saying he should go to Denver?
I don't
and start
actually
over?
no.
Because
No,
he
I
wants
don't.
to be out of San Francisco.
I think he should stay there and get the money.
I would say get
because
the money.
I don't. Well, this is just me. I don't believe in Colin Kaepernick's talent.
I disagree with that. I think he should go to Denver. I think if you love the game and you want to play, if you're not happy somewhere, you're never going to be at your potential.
Absolutely not.
If he's not happy there for whatever reasons, if it's the coaching, if it's the area, if it's the players, if it's the teammates, whatever it is, he's never going to be at his full potential because he's not happy. I think that's the whole reason why Johnny Manziel stayed in trouble, because he's in Cleveland. What the hell is there to do in Cleveland for a young twin? It's not a whole lot to do, but play football. He can't openly come out and say, I don't want to be here in Cleveland, because you won't be there in Cleveland and you might not be anywhere else. But I think that he needs to go to Denver. I think that they have a lot of weapons in place. I think that he would have a chance to start over fresh.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what he needs. I think he needs to clear his mind. He needs to go somewhere fresh, start over, and get that opportunity. And then it's all on him.
I was
Dre,
just thinking mathematically.
Those are all hypotheticals, because can you see Colin Kaepernick going to Denver and having a breakout year.
Yes,
and
I
getting
can. I think that he's a great quarterback. And I think that he's a great quarterback. I think he just has to find the system that fits him.
Is this because he's a new...
But that's not...
No, you cannot take away what he's done in the past.
But that's not in Denver, is it? The system that fits him is the Chip Kelly offense.
That's what I'm saying.
in
Chip
San
Kelly's
Francisco.
offense fits him.
Chip Kelly's
I don't have the faith. Personally,
Chip Kelly's offense doesn't fit the NFL. Okay, in general.
Okay.
No, I agree with you there.
He's not going to win. He's never. I don't think that he's ever going to win a Super Bowl as an NFL coach.
He won't do that.
I will go and say that on the air, open, that he will never do that because his system doesn't work. Because what happens? You only have about, I don't know what you only can travel a certain amount of players on a team. It's a 55-man roster. You can only travel 53 men. You can only travel 53 men. For one, the offensive linemen, you're putting them in a very, very bad situation because yes, these are some of the greatest athletes, but this is a run and gun, and you're going against some of the greatest athletes. You're asking these guys to run, go, and these are big 300-pound guys. I mean, yes, they're in shape, yes, they're ready, but physically moving, you're better when you're going straight. His offense goes lateral. Everything is lateral. It's all about finding a cut, finding a crease, then hitting up.
Right.
But you have to press this way before you can go downhill. The linemen have to slide, protect this way before they can go downhill.
So now you're getting too technical. You're over my head.
Well, I'm just letting you know what
he won't win a championship. I don't trust Colin Kaepernick to have a great year in Denver.
No.
and get a better contract. I think he should stay where he is. You think he should stay where he is?
Well, I'm
he should
looking
go.
mathematically. I think he should stay where he is. He might get 2 seasons in Denver, and you're going to have subpar seasons. You made 4.5. That's $9 million. You could have stayed in San Francisco and just rode the bench and got 11.9.
But if he believes in himself as
No,
a
I know.
quarterback,
I just
you
don't
may
believe in
not
him.
believe
Oh, yeah,
it, but he
I
has
believe
to
in him.
believe in himself. If he believes in himself, what if he goes next year to Denver and kills and goes to the Super Bowl? Now he's put his.
You got to go for New England first.
But you can't take. Now he put himself in a position to make. Who knows how much money?
Who knows?
Well, let's be honest.
We don't know.
The Denver Broncos are coming off a Super Bowl victory with a subpar Peyton Manning. So if Peyton Manning can succeed there, I do think that there is a chance. But again, I don't trust.
That's Peyton Manning.
I don't trust Colin Kaepernick's mind as a quarterback, and I do not trust his arm because at some point
you just compare Colin Kaepernick and
No,
Peyton Manning.
I'm comparing the situation. I'm comparing the situation. By no means am I comparing him to Peyton Manning. That would be asinine.
Well,
I'm saying. If Colin Kaepernick could get in there, he might have some success because Peyton Manning had a subpar year for Peyton Manning, and it seemed to work out.
But you just said that he should stay and take the
No,
money.
I know. I'm trying to agree with Dre a little bit just to see his point. I don't think it's smart for him to do this.
Okay.
I don't think it's smart.
Dre thinks so. We'll find out.
Who would you choose, real quick? Who would you choose? If you had to pick right now as a head coach, as a GM, would you pick RG3 or would you pick Colin Kaepernick? If you had to have one of them.
Well, I would take this is tough because RG3 basically didn't play last year, and really and truly neither did Colin Kaepernick. But I will
Just give
say
us an answer.
Yeah, just pick.
Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick.
Breonna Stewart.
That's actually the better answer.
All right, well, we're going to move on, man.
Let's move on quickly.
Let's
talk
move on.
about
All right,
somebody who
about
we can agree on, I'm sure.
Absolutely. J.J. Watt, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year honors. I mean, this guy is amazing. 27-year-old guy. Recently, he was on, he had a radio interview on Houston Sports Radio 610. And they was asking him about playing and the season and his future. And his exact words was, it's not going to be terribly much longer. But I am going to play as long as I can, enjoy, and have fun. And my thing is, he's a 27-year-old. I'm 26 years old. He's a 27-year-old defensive end, one of the best in the game, hands down. But I want to know, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that it's smart for him to come out and say that so early in his career? Especially after he just came off a great season? Or, what do you think about him saying that just openly in the media?
I don't think he said anything that was wrong. He didn't say he was going to take downs off or limit his play on the field in order to preserve himself for after his career. J.J. Watt is not the type of guy. He's going to go hard 110% every down. The guy goes to some cabin in Wisconsin every year, right?
Yeah.
To train, out in the open, whatever he's doing out there, some kind of crazy Ironman stuff, training for the season, and it's paid off. The guy's got 3 Defensive Player of the Years in the last 4 years, and He's in his prime. He's playing through, a strained
hand
ab,
last
broken
year.
hands, and still the guy is the best defender in the league. So for him to say, "Hey, I want a life after football, and I probably won't play past," he's
30.
not. Maybe I don't know. Well, his contract is to 2021, so he's got like
okay.
5 more years on that. So after that, I definitely don't think it's a bad idea to say, "Hey, I played hard, and I left when after I played hard, and I wasn't going downhill." Because a lot of players, Peyton, Kobe, they love the game so much that they wait until like they're on their last
They can't
2 toes on
can't
their
walk
left
away.
foot and they can't play. So he's just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go out, play 110%, and when it comes to time that's not fun anymore, and when it comes to the time that I'm just physically unable to play to my standards of play, then I'm gonna hang it up." And the guy has a lot going for him. How many times have you seen him in a commercial during the football season?
Oh, yeah.
Every freaking commercial
making
break,
money.
making all kind of endorsement dollars. And he's interested in movies, and he's got the charisma to do that after his football playing career days are over. He can definitely go out and make a ton of money in endorsements and acting and any other endeavor he wants to do. He's got that personality and charisma that people like and are drawn to, and he's the poster boy of the NFL as it is. So I mean, good for him. He's riding high. He'll continue to do that, I think.
I'm just shocked. I'm literally just shocked that he would say that, because I'm always thinking, protect your next contract. So if people know that you're not truly invested in playing long term, you might miss out on money long term. That's always my thing. Don't ever give a timeline to your interest, because that can mess up your money long term.
Well, I mean, 5 years from now, he's still got 5 years on his contract. That
True.
I think after
but what
that
if he
time,
gets hurt? Because in the NFL, if you get hurt, then they have the right to waive you, and then you have a great rehabilitation. And the next team that signs you, they already know you're not interested in playing long term. They might only sign you for a year. I mean, I'm always thinking hypotheticals with these contracts.
And honestly, and we'll move on because we've been doing this for a lot. But my thing is, I agree with what you're saying. I think that he's absolutely right to feel that way because I mean, it's no secret that this guy gives it everything that he has every time he touches the field. But I think you still have to protect your brand, and you have to protect your name, and you have to protect your money. You know what I mean? Regardless. Now, he didn't have to say that in the open. You can think that all day, but he's 27. A 30-year-old player wouldn't have said something like that. He's just young, and he doesn't understand that possibly could
come back and bite him.
deteriorate you, down the line. But then again, I mean, he may already have it set in his mind that once his contract is over, I'm done. I've broken my hand, I've broken my knee, I've done all this stuff, I've given it all that I have. When this contract is over, I don't care what y'all offer me, I'm done. So I can still be happy and walk and pick my kids up and do all those things.
That's what I think. I think he's got a great team behind him, because they're obviously getting him out there doing the stuff off the field, getting all the exposure off the field. And I think he's got a plan in effect in place. And he's just setting it up so after this contract is done, hey, he doesn't need any more NFL dollars. He's going to have everybody coming for him off the field as far as exposure and endorsement dollars are coming.
I'm sure he's got a Papa John's franchise in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. He'll be fine. This guy will be fine.
He's good.
For sure. Speaking of Papas, big Papa, big Shaq, big Shaq Fu, Shaq Diesel. What other nicknames can we give him?
The Great Aristotle,
what they used to
what do they call him
The
in
Diesel.
Phoenix? The Big
The
Sunshine.
Big Nasty. Did he ever go by the Big Nasty? No.
some Diesel.
Shaq Diesel.
Was it Shaq
He
Diesel?
went by Shaq Diesel. He went by the Big Aristotle. He went by.
The brother got a lot of names.
Got a lot of names.
Got a lot of nicknames.
And now he can add a Hall of Famer to that name
To that
list.
name.
Very
Not a bad
deserving.
one.
Very deserving.
Along with my favorite players, Allen Iverson. Like I rocked. Look, as much as unbelievable as it is, I rocked the cornrows back freshman year in college.
I'm trying to
because
visualize
of
this
Allen
right
Iverson.
now.
Try to visualize it. Try to visualize. Might have to Photoshop that in there.
Milk Dud?
I did. I had the cornrows freshman year in college. As soon as I left home, I grew my hair out.
Can you
And
send
then-
us a picture next time?
I'm gonna bring a
TBT?
picture. I'm
Yeah,
gonna bring
we
a
need
picture.
to see
Thank
this.
you.
I should have brought that today.
You should have. That'd have been dope.
I did. Allen Iverson was my guy. I'm telling you. But yeah, him
I
and
grew up watching
Shaq.
him
Go
as
ahead.
well.
Take. It's your story.
Well, this is very big news. So 2016 Hall of Fame class has been announced. So we got Shaq in there, Allen Iverson, Cheryl Swoops in there, Yao Ming, and Tom Izzo. I'm very impressed though, because I was fearful that Allen Iverson was going to miss out, because Allen Iverson has suffered in the court of public opinion so much. So this is big for Allen Iverson.
I see what you're going.
Did you guys fear Allen Iverson never making the Hall of Fame?
No, not so much not making it, but just I was kind of surprised when his name got brought up first ballot, because I was thinking like because of his off the court issues and some of his antics, and he was kind of crucified for a minute in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
For money troubles and things like that. I was like, we'll see. I was a little bit surprised.
And he's never cut the braids. I was like, they ain't gonna let him in the Hall of Fame with them braids.
No.
No,
Yeah, that's
no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I'm really impressed with, Yao Ming.
yeah.
Give me your thoughts on Yao Ming, because Yao
Man,
Ming.
that's some bullshit, man.
And I feel the same way because I don't think he put up numbers. But like Shaq, Yao Ming was polarizing. His presence in the NBA was polarizing.
Who
He's
cares?
done a lot for the NBA since he's retired.
I'm a Rockets fan. I'm from Houston. I grew up watching the Rockets, and when we first,
That's your dude. You got to rock with him though.
You got to rock with
I
Yao
don't
Ming.
have to rock with anybody.
That's Yao Ming, man.
No, I'd have to rock with anybody because when he played for the Rockets, he didn't do anything. He was not. Nah, he was not that.
Man.
To be 8, whatever tall he is,
7, 8, something
he should have been one of the most dominant players. When you think
but see,
dominant,
he
do
played
you
in the same
ever
time
think-
as Shaq.
It
He's
doesn't
not gonna-
matter.
I mean-
it doesn't matter. You should be going toe to toe with Shaq.
Go to YouTube,
but he could never do it.
and see
He
his
could
first
never do
game.
it.
It was his first game versus Shaq, and he put up a performance.
Nah, he didn't.
But
put up a
typically with
performance.
big men, their bodies deteriorate much faster than everybody else's.
Yeah, and
but
he
I do
didn't have the
agree.
weight-
I do
he didn't
agree
have
with
the weight
you.
that Shaq had, though.
I do agree with you. I'm not sure
He shouldn't be.
statistically if we can say Yao Ming is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I
but
don't know- I don't
being
know
a
his statistics,
7'8" Chinese dude playing in the NBA and what he brought to the NBA with that Chinese viewership, you got to give him the Hall of Fame ballot because of revenue. Revenue
yeah.
alone.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you got to give Yao Ming
And that
the nod.
played a part in it for sure.
It
had
definitely
to.
did. Like when I looked at it, I was scratching my
I
head
agree
like,
with that.
okay, I'm not sure if he's put up the numbers, but when you really look at Yao Ming and what he brought to the NBA, you've got to give him credit. You've got to let him in there.
No.
I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, you could say whatever you want to say, but like I said, I'm from Houston. You gotta understand. Like I went to games. I watch. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I'm
He's
sure.
not. He to be 7'8" or however tall he is. He was not as dominant as he should have been. And when I think of him, I think of Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's the same thing. I don't know if it's a rock. Well, you can't say that because the Elijah ones, the greats that came and dominated that position. But it's just depressing to be
Dwight
honest.
Howard-
To see him so big, to see him, you would think that he would have been a lot more dominant. And the reason why he isn't is because he didn't have the body, the muscle mass, the strength that some of these African American cats have. That's some of these big brothers that's out there in that gym. And I don't know. He was just,
Corn-fed.
yeah, I don't know. I
Playing
just
with
don't
no
think that he
shoes.
deserves it.
No, look, I give him credit. I don't understand it numerically, but kudos to Yao Ming. But let's have a little bit of fun, you guys. Look,
I'm
Shaq,
over here looking at Yao Ming's stats.
Yeah, look
like-
up his stats.
I
I don't,
think he
I
had
don't, I
19
don't think
points
they're
a game
impressive.
for his
I
career.
really don't think they're impressive. But let's go down the list of your favorite memories of Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson.
Man, Allen Iverson has to be 2001, Game 1 of the NBA Finals versus the Lakers. Hit the crossover in the shot and then stepped over Tyronn Lue.
That was the ultimate FU.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
nobody
that.
thought they were going to win.
Because the Lakers had been undefeated until that point.
Yeah.
They were sweeping through the playoffs, and the Lakers are my team. And at that point, it was crazy because Lakers they were my team, they still are. But Allen Iverson was my favorite player, so I had
Right.
to see them go against each other. So I was like, I want Allen Iverson to have a good game, but the Lakers,
the
to,
Lakers
win.
to win.
He put up
Allen
48
came in there.
points that game.
He had the Sixers on his back throughout that whole playoffs, and came in there, hit 48, stepped over Tyronn Lue. That was like, yo, you are nothing to me. I'm
'Cause
just
he
gonna
coulda
step.
walked around him.
Yeah, no, but he said, I'm dominating you by stepping over you.
Yeah, I think my favorite memory of Allen Iverson, and I don't remember this happening because I was so young, but it was his rookie season when he crossed over MJ.
Oh yeah, in the All-Star game. Wasn't that an All-Star game they did?
No, it was a regular season game.
Are you sure?
When he crossed over Michael Jordan.
Was that regular season?
I believe that was regular season.
I mean, it could have been. It was 96.
Yeah, no, I don't know if he would have made the All-Star team his rookie year, but
But regardless, I know.
but
what you're talking
regardless,
about,
when he crossed over Michael Jordan, and I just remember my dad, like, I can't say this on air. Maybe I can. He said, "Oh shit," he said, "This young boy got it."
yeah.
And I just remember my dad being so excited about this young player, and I'm like, well, Michael Jordan standing there, and my dad was like, you don't understand what just happened. Now, in my adulthood, I mean, we've heard the Drake lyric, you know, you might have to make friends with Mike and AI him for your survival. That one
That's
play
real.
has basically penetrated pop culture. That's the play that I will forever remember Allen Iverson for.
I remember the exact move, the setup, give him the quick cross setup, and then bring it back, and then give him another cross,
And remember
then
he
pull
was
up for
wearing
the shot.
Yeah, and remember the sneakers he was wearing, the questions. Before the
questions.
answers, he had
Was
the
the
questions.
questions.
He had the
I got a
question.
pair of
Yeah,
those
questions.
fresh in my closet right now. I haven't worn
Fresh?
them. Fresh.
Oh man.
But it
That's
was
what's up.
it was the retro version, not the original.
What are you waiting on?
But fresh. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to rock them yet.
What about you? What did you? What
You
was
know
your
what?
favorite
Honestly,
memory?
I can't really remember a particular moment. I do remember both of those, but I remember just watching. He had a top 10 crossover video on YouTube where he was making cats fall, and I remember watching that video, man, like almost every day because we used to play on the blacktop outside.
Yeah.
I would literally watch his video and then go outside and hoop with my boys and try to imitate. And I wasn't even a basketball guy. To be honest, I've always kind of been a football cat.
Yeah.
But he used to make cats fall, and that's what I remembered him for. You know what I mean? It's just crossing people and making them fall.
And there were people doing crossovers before that. I mean, like Tim Hardaway comes to mind, but he gave it a whole different swag to it, like with this killer instinct with the cross. Like, I'm gonna go out here and embarrass you.
He did,
and then shoot it in your face.
And I think the
what about
brains
practice?
too made him just
practice.
Oh,
are we talking about practice?
What about practice?
Are we talking about
practice,
practice?
man?
What happened at practice?
No, we talking about the game, not practice.
Man, we talking
about
We
practice.
talking about practice?
We talking about practice.
We talking
man.
about practice.
I mean,
think
not a game, but practice.
That
see,
definitely
that
makes
was
one of the best press conferences of all time.
Most certainly, but that was just a bad look. When we're talking about Hall of Fame and going out and most memorable moments, I remember that, but I don't think he wants to be remembered for that because that doesn't make sense. Any great player knows that in order to be great, you have to practice hard. You have to give everything. And Kobe says it, Michael Jordan says it, all the greats say it, LeBron says it, and they know that. So that's not a good memory for me.
It was one of the most entertaining, but kudos.
Right, oh, for sure. Everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kudos to him. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say kudos to Shaq for giving us Kazam.
Kazam. That's it right there.
I mean, we don't really need to go down the list of the great things that Shaq has done. As
It's
long as you
Kazam.
know that Shaq
Kazam.
was in Kazam, that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
And he gave my Lakers a few championships. I was happy about that. So.
He did.
Yeah.
All right.
So. Yeah, we gonna go ahead and end on that note, the Lakers note with the championship. Let's go ahead.
Don't rub it in my face.
Let's go ahead and end on that note, and make sure you guys tune in next week where we bring you a whole new episode of Sports Roundup.
Can I give it to him? So next week we have Super Bowl winning linebacker Brandon Marshall coming to the show. I just want to let y'all know.
What?
He has confirmed he is coming 100%. It's going down. Brandon, let's get it, man. I'm excited about that.
If that's not a reason to tune in, then let it be this. I am Joshua Johnson. And you can find me on social media at JJ the Talented.
And I am McCall Hall. You can find me on social media at McCall Hall when sports and pop culture collide.
I am Andre Dean, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Andre, and Snapchat him that.
Yeah, and once again, you can always find Black Hollywood Live online on Twitter, Instagram, at BHL Online. Find them on the website, blackhollywoodlive.com. And you can find and follow this show on Instagram at The Sports Weekly. It's been fun. We will see you next week.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.